Hello, this is Caleb with Garvin's at 825 Pearl Street, otherwise known as the Boxcar Coffee Bar. We also have, forgot the name of it, but there's a kitchen on the other side that's used for cooking class. Food lab is what it's called. These lines are connected. The grease trap is bypassed. We are currently, you want to turn that water off for me? We are currently in the bathroom on the north side. They're back-to-back bathrooms. They found clean outs when they removed the cabinet. So they removed the cabinet, got it clean out for us. And then that's where we're starting from. So right now our distance indicator is accurate on the lower left-hand side of the screen. We do have water running currently, and that water is turned off. All three. Cool. So that will dissipate. We take a turn here. We'll clean off the head of our camera. And we'll pause for just a second, let this water kind of go down. All right, that's probably good enough. So right now we're looking at cast. There was a significant amount of grease in there. We were able to snake the line. Around 32 feet, we had a blockage that I could not get past. We do have a small belly right here for about 4 or 5 feet. And then we pop out of it in just a second. So a little bit of a settling of the line is occurring. So we're looking at grease on the cast iron. We were able to get a lot of that cleared out. So this is way better than it looked a second ago. I did run it twice with the 5/8 cable, 3-inch blades. You see my knife marks on the top of that drain right there. So right here we do have an ABS. So at one point this was repaired. Around here is where we couldn't get any farther. There was definitely a hard blockage of some sort. So something found its way down the drain and got caught up either here at this fitting or right here. So there was a debate about whether or not there was a piece of broken cast. And now I can tell that was a ball of grease. So the line's intact. But this ABS section has settled a little bit, meaning that grease and other paper towels abuse is going to get caught up in there. And keep in mind, the grease trap is bypassed, so all the floor drains for the sinks, the hand floor sinks, are dumping into this, as well as the toilets, as well as the sink from the food lab next door. So from here on out, we have more cast. There was a lot of grease right here, so that got cleaned out really effectively. Still see a piece of metal right there. Okay, so there's a piece of, that might be a piece of the drain. It's hard to tell. Or that might be some foreign object that found its way down a floor drain. So I'm going to come back and re-inspect that spot right here. Yeah, so we might have that part might have been chipped right there. Still looks to be pretty good and intact, but you can see where right here we have that piece. So that lip was catching on to right there. You see that? So that does look like a piece of cast, I believe. So we do have a little bit of a cracked line. I did locate that spot in the office at 5 feet deep. Previously, before our arrival here, we they were snaking it through a 2-inch drain with a much smaller machine, and that was doing ineffective cleaning. So right there, we had a cast to clay transition, and we are clay all the way out. Well, say that, yeah, we are. Kind of take a little bit of a couple turns on 22s. Right here, we do have a little bit of settling of the line. Even though grease really wasn't trapped here, this also can maybe catch on. And then right here at 58 feet, we drop into the city. So we do have a little bit of a cracked piece right there. It does still look intact, so cleaning it's still going to be a good way to go. Otherwise, digging that up at 5 feet in the office and fixing that drain, basically from the like a prep area, that's where that ABS is. And that spot is where the blockage has been occurring. We'll take a look back. I'll try my best to flush out that piece. Now that we're past the lip, it's looking like we're going to be in pretty good position to clean this line. As I see, it looks, yeah, it's right there. Must have flushed that on out. So we do have a little bit of a chipped cast iron at 32 feet, where that office lies. And I'll show you, sir, since you're already here. So right here, this is the ABS that's kind of sunken down that we've been looking at all day. And it's looking like this piece right here might have chipped. It looks like it's still banded on good. It's just with that standing water right there, I can't really tell if we're looking at earth or not. I don't think we are. They use a band to band on from ABS to cast. And if that band's still holding true, then you won't have any earth in there. So I still think that cleaning's the way to go through here. The rest of the line does not have any compromises. A few low spots that might be prone to gather grease, but that's going to be your culprit right there. For the intended, for backup purposes, in a pinch, you can run from there just to get it open during business hours. This will be the best way to clean it, but I can't really get a good gauge because there was a lip right there, and then when we snaked it, we knocked that piece off because it was loose. And then it did travel way down, and it seems like I've lost it, so maybe it flushed all the way out. I'm not seeing it anymore, which is a good thing. That means there's not a random piece just sitting in there. And then it looks like clay. I can't really tell, but then right around here it really looks like clay. And we're still going. We got a little bit of a low spot right there, I've already pointed out. Not too bad. And then that's definitely clay right there. And then at 58 feet, we are dropping into the city. So yeah, we want to keep an eye on that piece. I mean, it is 5 feet deep. It is in the office area. If we have backups in the future, we might want to camera that again to see if maybe that spot has progressed. But there would be mud and evidence of our camera trying to shoot down if there was a hole. So I'm wondering if that band's still holding on good. If that's the case, then cleaning it through here, there it is. You see that? That piece right there? Yeah, let's see if we can push that out. Let's see that. That's, oh no, that might be a piece of, I don't know, it's hard to tell. What's that? Problem is that snaking it's not going to do much. It's going to just push it around. I want to pause the video for a second to see if I can push it. So we flushed a lot. We purged the system and tried to move the camera back and forth. We can't get the spot to go any further. It's kind of living there, but you see my camera's able to flow perfectly without any restrictions. So that's telling me that for the intended purposes that if we have a backup, the ABS area where it's kind of setting lower on that lip will be the problem. So we will recommend cleaning this probably, every so often. The frequency is up to debate. Once a year for sure, maybe once every 6 months. Rudimentarily they have a machine that they can at least during business hours take down a 2-inch clean out just to get them to kind of go if they have any issues. This spot's living at 43 feet. And then, when we come back in the future and clean it from this clean out again, we'll maybe reassess and see if we can get this part to move farther down. Once we hit this smoother clay down the way, it should take. There is a little bit of a low spot over here, which would make it a little problematic to get out of that low spot, but right here, That's a low spot. It's ever so slightly leveled out here, right there. Luckily, this is not collecting grease right here, so that's good. So we'll chop it up for a win for now. We are going to have good flow for quite some time. There was some sort of foreign object in there because when I snaked this line, it was a hard stop. And I have a picture uploaded to the job showing the shininess of whatever that was. Kind of looked like silverware, to be honest with you. But right there, it's living on the side. We'll readdress that, but the rest of the drain looks to be in good condition. If we do have problems in the future, we'll reassess where the ABS is. We'll go all the way back. Take a look right here. I do believe the band is holding on pretty good. Right there. See that drain still intact right there. We don't have any exposed earth, so I think we're going to be in good shape for a while. So I'm going to write all this on the invoice summary that will be uploaded to the job that will be viewable in the future. If there's any other questions, please feel free to give Garvin Sewer Service a call if the invoice summary does not answer the questions. My name is Caleb. Thank you for your time.